Certainly going to Melbourne was probably like going to, a club at the bottom of the GFC. So starting my investment when the GFC hit, really. Okay, that's what like going to Melbourne was. 2 wins, 20 losses, percentage of 50-something, which means we get doubled every single time we play by the opposition. So the really key things for this, and this is really relevant to what Jim's saying and what Robert, you've got to stick to the process. And that was the number one most difficult thing coaching Melbourne. And I think I said it a number of times, is if the scoreboards had been taken down at the MCG and Etihad, we would have won more games. Because the players were so scarred by what had happened in the past, the fear factor of investing, I've got to sell all my shares at the high and I've got to invest, sell them when they're low and invest when they're high, etc. Same thing, the fear of them going out on the field. And then, of course, what happens from an AFL point of view, 1 goal gets kicked, 2 goals get kicked, 3 goals get kicked, and then the fear kicks in. If the scoreboard's not there, or you're not picking up the paper and reading CBA, or what are they, 50, I don't know how many dollars, you get to read that every single day. Our players get to see that on the scoreboard. They get written about every single Monday. Why, I might have said this to Robert the other day, why has property remained relatively steady in terms of ups and downs? Because you can't go and sell your house tomorrow. You don't get your house valued every single day, do you? I don't. So you just can't sell it. So that's why the market is so reactive. And that's why Melbourne couldn't win a lot of games, because the players were reacting to the scoreboard. So when the scoreboard started ticking over, here we go again, here we go again, here we go again. And what I tried to explain to them, don't worry about the scoreboard. The scoreboard will look after itself. I don't know, has anyone been to the MCG in the Etihad Stadium? It ticks over, doesn't it? There's a little bloke that sits up there and he pushes a button and it ticks over. And I used to say that to the players in all seriousness. I said, guys, you don't have to worry about the scoreboard. There's a man employed that goes, there's a goal there, there's a goal there. Don't worry about it, it'll look after itself. What you can control is the next centre bounce. That's all you can control. The next contest that you're involved in, that's what you can control. All right? And if you look at good teams, and if you look at the Hawthorns, you look at the Sydneys, etc., that's what they control. They control the next contest. They understand exactly what their role in the team is. They play their role in the team.
There are 3 points that Paul is making here in this highlight, which is as relevant to successful investors and successful investing as they are to successful sporting teams. Number 1, have a plan, have a process, and be prepared. There is no way an AFL side would win a premiership without having a plan in place or a strategy in place. This is no different to an investor. If you're wanting to become successful in your own right and achieve the goals that you've set out for yourself, you need to have a plan, you need to have a process, and you need to be prepared. Number 2, focus on the things you can control. In footy, it's controlling the next centre bounce, it's standing in the right position at the next clearance, it's the tackling pressure. And in investing, it's taking on only as much risk as necessary, controlling the mix of your investments, and keeping your costs as low as you can. And probably selling when you think you should be buying and buying when you think you should be selling. Finally, number 3, the scoreboard will take care of itself. Markets will go up, markets will go down. This is very normal, and these are things we cannot control. Focus your attention on your strategy, your process, and your game plan. Because if you focus your attention on the things that you can control, the scoreboard will take care of itself.